Hey guys, HDV here, and welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon discussion video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at who is the best new Psychic-type Pokemon in Sun and Moon across all of the new Pokemon released. Now, I have done a couple other videos in this series going over the best Water, Fire, Grass, and many other types, so if you are enjoying the series, then I do recommend checking out those videos. But like I said, today we're looking at the Psychic-type Pokemon. I won't be going over any legendaries or ultra beasts that may have the psychic typing because they're just stronger in general. I also won't be going over any old Pokemon that have the psychic typing that do also appear in Sun and Moon, such as Metagross, because we're only concentrating on the new Pokemon. I will however be going over the stats, the dual typing if they have one, the ability they get, what they're strong and weak against, and their move pool to try and create a better idea of who is the best new psychic type Pokemon in Sun and Moon. So with introductions out of the way, let's get into the video and I really hope you enjoy. Okay, so first up we have Alolan Raichu, who is a dual typing of electric and psychic with the ability Surge Surfer, which obviously doubles its speed in electric terrain, which is super handy in in VGC most especially, but still really handy in in singles as well. Goes really well with like Tapu Koko and stuff because obviously he just sets it up straight away. But being a dual typing of electric and psychic has its strengths and weaknesses. Of course, he is weak to ground, bug, ghost and dark, whereas he resists electric, fighting, flying, psychic and steel. So quite a nice ratio there of weaknesses and strengths. He does have a stat total of 485 with 60 HP, 85 physical attack, 50 physical defense, 95 special attack, 85 special defense with 110 speed. So a very fast mixed attacker really. There's only a 10-point difference in its attack stats, but is quite the special attack is better, but obviously gets a handful of really good physical attacks as well. It does evolve from Pikachu using a Thunderstone and Alola, and because of obviously evolving through a stone, Pokemon that evolve through stones usually don't learn any moves leveling up, and if they do, they are usually quite small. So just from level 1, it has Psychic, Quick Attack, Speed Swap, Tail Whip, Thunder Shock, and Thunderbolt, and it learns Psychic when you evolve Pikachu into Alolan Raichu. So they're the only moves it learns through level up, which is kind of annoying. So maybe get your Pikachu up a few levels before evolving into Alolan Raichu. Unless you really want Alolan Raichu, hey, he's a good egg, so I could see why you'd want him early. But gets quite a few nice egg moves as well. Gets things like Disarming Voice, gets Electric Terrain, which is super clutch for its ability. Gets Fake Out, which is really nice. Also gets Reversal, Thunder Punch, and Wish. So really nice there. It also gets Present as well, which is this is a gift waiting to happen. But it does obviously get a nice TM move pool as well. Some really nice TMs. It gets like Psych Shock, Thunderbolt, Thunder, Psychic, Brick Break, Echoed Voice, gets Focus Blast, gets Volt Switch, which is really clutch. Gets Thunder Wave for crippling mons, gets Grass Knot. Also gets Wild Charge as well. Like I said, you can run this physical or special or mixed if you're really feeling spontaneous. But no, I really like Alolan Raichu. I think it is going to be really good in doubles and like I said, singles as well. I also really love the design of this Pokemon. I love its it's stronger. I just like how the colours blend. I think it looks better than the original, but that's just my personal preference. I like how he's surfing his tail as well, but I don't understand why it doesn't get access to Surf. I think they could have, I think they missed out there not letting this Pokemon get access to Surf. But hey, that's just me. But like I said, Alolan Raichu is a really good Pokemon. Its stats, obviously, physical side of things aren't the best. Gets hit by a physical attack, it's going to be taking some hefty damage. But on the special side of things, it's alright. Doesn't have the best HP stat anyway. But for a stat total of 485 is it's quite nice to have. It's got more strengths than weaknesses that it resists, so that's always nice to have. A good ratio there. Has a really good ability as well. Gets a really nice move pool. Gets Volt Switch for Switch Initiative. Gets some nice stab in Psychic and Thunderbolt. Obviously, gets Grass Knot and Focus Blast as well, just for different typings. So that is very nice for Alolan Raichu, and yeah, big fan of this Pokemon. Anyway, next we have Oricorio, the POW style, I don't know how to pronounce that, who is a dual typing of Psychic and Flying with the ability Dancer. Obviously what Dancer does is when an opponent uses any dance move such as Quiver Dance or Dragon Dance or something like that, Dancer causes the Pokemon to use that same move immediately afterwards. So if someone does set up obviously, if you're going up against something and you think they're going to set up like a dragon type Pokemon, like they come in with a Dragonite or something, and you think they're going to set up a D-Dance, you can bring in Oricorio, who will get those stat boosts as well, which is very nice for this Pokemon. But yeah, like I said, it is a dual typing of Psychic and Flying. There are obviously 4 forms of this Pokemon. They all have the same stats, the same stat total, which is, you know, it's just literally different forms of this Pokemon, but obviously they do have different typings. But yeah, being Psychic and Flying, it is weak to Electric, Ice, Rock, Ghost, and Dark, whereas it resists Psychic, resists Grass, 4 times resistant to Fighting, and also is immune to Ground as well. Has a stat total of 166, and they're kind of just balanced stats in the way that, well, he has 75 HP, 70 physical attack, 70 physical defense, 98 special attack, 70 special defense, and 93 speed. So, you know, relatively fast special attacking Pokemon, very, very nice there, very clutch. It gets some alright moves through a level up, gets things like Air Cut. It does get Baton Pass, so like I said, if you do come in, you're predicting a settle move, and then you can Baton Pass it on to something else, that could be really nice. Does obviously get a lot of dance moves as well, because it is a dancing Pokemon. It gets like Feather Dance, Teeter Dance, stuff like, and Revelation Dance. Revelation Dance is a really nice move. I think it's unique to the Oricorio line. And that just deals damage with a different type depending on the style of Oricorio. So obviously if you come in with the Fire Oricorio, it's going to be a Fire type move. If you come in with Pom Pom style, it's going to be Electric. The Pole style, it's going to be Psychic, and the Sensu style is going to be Ghost. So that's really nice, unique move there for the Oricorio. Also, it does get Hurricane as well, which is very, very nice. The egg moves that it gets are Captivate, Pluck, Safeguard, and Tailwind. Tailwind's quite clutch, you know, especially in VGC. The TMs that it gets, it doesn't get many stab moves for its other typing. I've noticed that with the Oricorio, so obviously it gets a lot of stab flying type attacks, but it doesn't get many stab attacks for its other typing. So there's not many Psychic type moves that this Pokemon learns, which is kind of annoying. But it does get like Calm Mind, it gets Roost for reliable recovery, like we've already gone over. It does get Aerial Ace as well, Acrobatics, Steel Wing. Gets Swords Dance, which is really cool. Gets Sleep Talk, gets U-Turn for that Swish initiative, and does have quite a nice speed stat, so that goes really well with that. But yeah, it's just unfortunate that this Pokemon doesn't get like Psychic or Psyshock or anything like that, because I don't get it. Like, I think they should have got like some more moves to go with their other typing. Like the Bailey style doesn't get like Flamethrower or Fire Blast. The Pom Pom style doesn't get Thunderbolt or anything like that. So I think they missed out. I like to make them more, you know, into their typings. I mean, like I said, they do get a lot of flying type stats against like Hurricane and stuff like that. But yeah, just a bit of a lack on the other typing, which is annoying. But yeah, that is the Pole style of Oricorio. It's an alright Pokemon, stat total of 476, you know, quite a fast special attacking Pokemon. Got a few weaknesses though, which is really annoying, but hey, what are you going to do? I don't think it's going to be super good in the competitive scene. Obviously, Dancer is a very nice ability if you can pull it off well, but like I said, it's just in the heat of the moment really. But yeah, like I said, that is Oricorio. But next we have Oranguru, who is a dual typing of Normal and Psychic, who I believe is exclusive to Pokemon Moon. He has 3 abilities, being Inner Focus, Telepathy, and Symbiosis. Inner Focus obviously prevents you from flinching when you're moved, like when you're hit by like Fake Out or Headbutt or something like that. Telepathy, it's used in like VGC mostly, and it won't take damage for teammates in double and triple battles. So if your teammate uses like Surf or Earthquake, you won't be taking any damage from that, which is very obviously good in VGC, like I just said. And Symbiosis, the hidden ability, which can allow you to pass an item to an ally. So this Pokemon is going to predominantly be seen in VGC just because of the abilities that it gets. Being a dual typing of Normal and Psychic, it is only weak to Bug and Dark, whereas it resists Psychic and it is immune to Ghost thanks to Normal typing. So taking the weakness to Ghost for the Psychic, taking that away because it's now immune to it. Has a stat total of 490, which is nice. Has HP of 90, 60 physical attack, 80 physical defense, 90 special attack, 110 special defense, and 60 speed. So you know, quite a bulky Pokemon with a nice special attack stat. Is quite slow. I mean, it doesn't look like a fast Pokemon anyway. It's just there with its fan of leaves. But yeah, it's very quite nice and bulky. So yeah, it can take a couple of hits. Being the move pool, looking at it, it does get some quite nice moves against like Nasty Plot, which is nice. Gets Zen Headbutt, Calm Mind, Psychic, Trick Room, which could be used. Trick Rooms obviously could be used quite a lot in VGC with this Pokemon. Also gets the move Instruct, which is unique to this Pokemon. And it basically tells the user's teammate in a double or triple battle to use its most recent move instead of them. So in other words, it allows the teammate to attack twice instead of the 2 Pokemon attacking once each. So basically your teammate's attacking instead of Oranguru, which obviously if you've got some, if you've set up with a Pokemon and you know they're dealing some nice damage, you want to let them use that move again because it's going to be really, you know, really clutch in VGC. Gets a couple of egg moves as well. Gets Extrasensory, Psychic Terrain, which is obviously really cool, and also gets Wonder Room. But like I say, Trick Room is going to be really nice on this Pokemon. also does get Nasty Plant and Instruct is going to be used very, very nicely. Does get a nice wide move pool as well. Gets a Calm Mind, gets Light Screen, gets Thunderbolt, Thunder, gets Earthquake, gets Return, Psychic, Shadow Ball, Brick Break, Focus Blast, Energy Ball, Charge Beam, Brutal Swing, gets Payback, gets Bulldoze, Rock Slide, and again Trick Room through TM. So I think this Pokemon will be popping up a lot in VGC. I think it can be used very, very nicely in VGC. Instruct and Symbiosis and Telepathy, all very nice VGC moves and abilities, so I can see that being used a lot. Also can take a hit thanks to its bulk. Being immune to Ghost is always nice. And, you know, it's only got 2 weaknesses, Bug and Dark. So, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world, and it's obviously neutral to everything else, and obviously does resist Psychic. So that's really cool. But yeah, big fan of Oranguru. I do like the design of it. I think I'm a bigger fan of Persimmon. I think I'm a bigger fan of the design of Persimmon, but I think Oranguru is going to be better. That's just my personal opinion. I think he is going to be better in the competitive scene. But like I said, a nice bulky Pokemon that can be used a lot in VGC is really cool, and obviously Instruct is going to be very, very clutch. Anyway, last but not least, because we do only have 4 new Psychic type Pokemon that aren't legendaries or Ultra Beasts, is Brooksish, who is a dual typing of Water and Psychic with the abilities Dazzling Gleam, with the abilities Dazzling, Strongjaw, and Wonder Skin. Dazzling is unique to Brooksish. It makes the Pokemon immune to high priority moves. So those with a priority above 0, so like extreme speed and stuff. So that's really, really cool. That's very, very nice on this Pokemon, because the priority moves are always, you know, kind of hard to deal with, especially if you're coming up with like Sucker Punch and Shadow Sneak, which will obviously be super effective to this Pokemon. Obviously being immune to them is, you know, really cool to take out those weaknesses. Also does get Strongjaw as well, which increases the power of all biting moves by 50%. So biting moves, they consist of like Bite, Crunch, Fire Fang, Hyper Fang, Ice Fang, Poison Fang, and Thunder Fang. You know, that boosts all of those power by 50%, so really, really cool there. Also does get Wonder Skin as well, which half the accuracy of all stated moves targeted at the ability bearer. So you know, Thunder Wave is going to be halved, so that's really nice. So really good abilities across the board for this Pokemon. Obviously they are really, really good. Dazzling, really cool to, I guess Dazzling if you're going for a more bulky set to stop those priority moves. Strongjaw if you're going for a more, you know, attacking set, because obviously getting a 50% boost in your biting moves is obviously really, really clutch for this Pokemon. I mean, look at those teeth anyway. Like, you're going to have to get Strongjaw if you're coming out with teeth like that. And then Wonder Skin obviously could be used quite nice on a bulky set as well. Or maybe if you don't want to get burnt or something and Will-O-Wisp is coming at you, it'd be nice to have that accuracy drop. But like I said, being a dual typing of Water and Psychic has its weaknesses and resistances. Brooksish is weak to Electric, Grass, Bug, Ghost, and Dark, whereas it resists Fire, Water, Ice, Fighting, Psychic, and Steel. So quite a nice trade-off there, but unfortunately it is weak to 5 different types, which is a bit annoying. It does have a stat total of 475, with a stat total in HP of 68, 105 physical attack, 70 physical defense, 70 special attack, 70 special defense, and 92 speed. Now, when I first saw Brooksish, I thought it was just going to be like another Alomomola kind of Pokemon, just kind of bulky, doesn't really do anything, and it's kind of hard to use in the competitive scene. But I was wrong. It is actually a very fast physically attacking Pokemon, which is really cool, and obviously getting the boost through Strongjaw, through its biting type attacks, obviously really helping it out, giving that extra boost as well in that department. Going over the moves that this Pokemon learns are Aqua Jet. It gets so very nice priority there, as it is a physical attacker as well. Gets Crunch, very nice, powered up by Strongjaw. Gets Aqua Tail as well. Gets Psychic Fangs as well, which is a nice move. The user bites the target with its psychic capabilities. This can destroy Light Screen and Reflect, so that's going to be, you know, really clutch for Brooksish. That's going to be bringing him through, you know, bringing him up the tiers in the competitive scene. Obviously is a 85 physical attacking move, and is also psychic type, so it's going to get a boost through stab through that, so that's obviously really, really clutch. Gets some really cool leg moves as well. Gets Ice Fang and Poison Fang for the Strongjaw boost, and also a bit of a, you know, variety in those attacking moves. Through TM, it gets moves such as Ice Beam, Blizzard, Psychic, Aerial Ace, Scald. It gets Sword Stance, which if you can set one of those, it's going to be really nice. Also gets Frost Ref as well, Trick Room, Surf, and Waterfall, so Waterfall being really nice there. Obviously, this Pokemon does get access to priority, really cool. Gets really nice to a unique ability and a move in Psychic Fangs, which is really cool. Gets Ice Fang, Poison Fang, gets Crunch, so they all are going to get boosted by Strongjaw. Gets Bite as well, but you're obviously going to be running Crunch over Bite, so that's really good for this Pokemon. And yeah, don't write this off, like, it doesn't look like it can do much, like the design and stuff, it doesn't look like, it looks like Barney, not Barney, I can't remember his name, but you know, he just looks like a children's, barring the teeth, it just looks like a children's TV, you know, fish. But you know, when he opens his mouth, Brooksish, you know, you can see where the damage is coming from, because those teeth are sharp. Would not want to be on the end of a strong jaw Psychic Fangs from this Pokemon, or a strong jaw Crunch. But that is all the Psychic Pokemon in Sun and Moon that aren't legendary or of the old Pokemon. So basically just all of the new Psychic Pokemon in Sun and Moon. Like I said, only 4. But hey, we can go over them in detail, and it's, you know, it's nice to look at them all. Looking over who I believe is the best, you know, they all have their different strengths and weaknesses, like they always do in these videos. Always is kind of difficult to come up with one. I think without a doubt, in the VGC, it's definitely Oranguru, because you know, he's just got so many things going for him in the VGC. So definitely in VGC that's Oranguru's you know, field of play. You know, that's where he's gonna, you know, where he's gonna really shine as a good Pokemon. I really like Alolan Raichu. Hits really hard, is very fast as well, and gets Switch Initiative, and you know, Volt Switch, can hit hard with Psychic, Thunderbolt. So yeah, big fan of Alolan Raichu. Obviously Brooksish hits very hard. It is fast as well, has Strong Jaw, has Dazzling. You know, gets Psychic Fangs to destroy, to break down screens and stuff, and that can stop a lot of Pokemon in its tracks. So yeah, big fan of that Pokemon as well. Oricorio is good as well, having the ability Dancer, but I think the lack of stab through its other typing, not getting access to like Psychic and stuff, really does let it down. So I think Oricorio is probably the worst. I think the best, just for single play, obviously Oranguru, I'm going to say, is the best for VGC for single play. Out of Raichu and Brooksish, I really like them both. I'm personally going to go with Raichu, just because it is a very fast, specially attacking Pokemon. It has a lot of different you know, type moves. It obviously gets Focus Blast and stuff. It gets Psychic, gets Thunderbolt, Energy Ball, stuff like that. Not Energy Ball, I mean Grass Knot. Does it get Energy Ball? I'm pretty sure it does, actually. No, it gets Grass Knot. I don't know why I said Energy Ball. Also gets Fake Out as well, which can be nice. It can be used physical or special, so that's also really, really cool as well. So yeah, I'm going to go with Alolan Raichu, but obviously Brooksish is a very, very close second, just because Brooksish is really, really strong as well. Like, literally, it is a very close second. Like, I'm literally just going with Alolan Raichu, just because I just kind of like the Pokemon more. That's just kind of over personal preference, but obviously a lot of people I can see disagreeing with me in this video. So if you do disagree, then please leave who you think is the best new Psychic type Pokemon in Sun and Moon in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys' suggestions are and who you think is the best. But that is everything for this video, guys. So, you know, if you did enjoy, please smash that like button below. I really do appreciate it. And remember to subscribe if you are enjoying the content, and on the channel if you're enjoying the series. I'd also really appreciate that. I do have a couple of the discussion videos in this series coming onto a screen in a second, so like I said at the start of the video, if you are enjoying the series, then be sure to check them out as well. I do go through other typings, such as like fire and grass and water and you know, stuff like that. So yeah, be sure to check them out if you do have the time. But that is everything from me, guys, so thanks again for watching. Have a glorious day, and peace.